represented by Bellatrix Manaputi, and India represented by PV Sindhu. Umpire, Klaus Schrieben, Austria.
So Bellatrix Manupati knows that she really has to get Indonesia going here. PV Sindhu given the perfect platform by Saina Nehwal, her doubles partner for the week.
Now, what pressure on Bellatrix Manaputi.
Can I ask her? Red or black? Red. Red for her, black for you. Oh. Black.
No, she's only played 2 of the previous matches in this Uber Cup campaign. Won 1 and lost 1.
As of course PV Sindhu has been out and won every time. There really is an opportunity here for India to ram home their advantage, but pressure on Manaputi, that's for sure. Well, let's have a look at the ranking here of the Indonesian lady, 25 years of age, 24 in terms of world ranking, but I suppose you can look at the win-loss ratio this year, but the big moment for her, of course, was in Myanmar at the end of last year when she won the Southeast Asian gold medal in the women's singles, ending Indonesia's 6-year drought in that discipline. This year, well, her best was in India, where she got to the quarterfinals of the Indian Grand Prix gold event, lost to Saina Nehwal. In fact, she's lost to Saina 4 times in the last year, but against PV Sindhu, as we look at her, as you say, 1 win, 1 loss, losing out to Liang of Singapore in a 3-gamer that went nearly an hour, easy against Kessler of Australia. But they have met twice and it's 1 win apiece. Before we look at that head-to-head stat, it's time to look at the recent ranking of PV Sindhu, 18 years of age, of course one of the rising stars of Indian badminton. Of course, bronze medalist at the World Championship last year. Lost in the final to Saina in the Indian Open Grand Prix gold. As I mentioned, Saina beaten Manaputi on the way. First round losses at the All England Indian Open quarter-finals in Singapore, semi-finals last time out at the Asian Badminton Championship. So yeah, she's had win, 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 straight games all the way. 37 minutes against Porntip was as long as it's been. It's been very impressive so far from Sindhu. So 1 win apiece, and like in the matchup with Saina and her opponent Fenetri in that first match, it's all gone to 3 games every time. Manaputi won in Hong Kong 18 months ago. The one that Sindhu won was back in 2011 when she was only 15 years of age. Here's our umpire for the second women's singles match. It's Klaus Schlieben of Austria, and Hidetomo Kasahara of Japan is the service judge. Well, pressure's on her, isn't it, Jill? Really here now after that defeat for Fenetri.
Yeah, very much so. She may be older than her opponent, but I think her opponent has more experience of big match situations. This tall athlete from India. And the Indonesian coaches, Marlene Maniki on the left, Sarwenda on the right.
And that doesn't look particularly good, does it? The strapping on the knee. I mean, I know that's a regular thing, but that is pretty well taped up, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, India, represented by PV Sindhu. And on my left, Indonesia, represented by Bellatrix Manaputi. Indonesia to serve.
So here we go. Second women's singles match, the second rubber in this tie between India and Indonesia. Saina Nehwal getting India off to that perfect start. Now hands the baton over to PV Sindhu. Well, would have enjoyed that, Manu Putty.
Well, like Saina Nehwal, looks to me as if PV Sindhu is a little bit nervous at the start of this. It'd be very understandable if she is.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I know as I mentioned, she's been around a little while. That's a nice one from her, but she is 18. And this, you know, I've been mentioning already. I think I mentioned it 4 times already, and we're into the second match, that, you know, India could be in the semi-finals of the Uber Cup here for the very first time. And of course, the players are very, very aware of that as well. They know there's an opportunity here, a really big one. And you know, and the winner of this match as well plays Japan. And you know, whoever goes through won't think it's a, you know, a tie that they have no chance in, that's for sure.
No, I think that the thing is that it's very much in everybody's minds that China, as defending champions, have been so outstanding in the Uber Cup over the years that everybody sort of wants to avoid China, and I think every other team has a chance of being second best. Obviously now there's a draw, not every team can be second best, but I think obviously China are the overwhelming favourites. And I'm thinking the same way as you. If India got through this, India-Japan, I can see ways how India could beat Japan. So, of course there's pressure, but what athletes must do is live in the moment. You can't think about the future. You can't think about, well, if we win this, maybe I can do that. And
I mean,
you've got to focus on one match at a time. And
we should point out, Jill, you've been here. You've played in an Uber Cup final. You've been on this run. You've been in this situation where you've got to try and stay in the present.
Yes, and at times it's difficult, but this is where experience comes in, and this is where in team competitions the coaching staff, the managers, everybody surrounding the players, this is where they really earn their money. Keeping the players calm, keeping them focused, one thing at a time, match by match. You can't start thinking about, you know, should we be saving somebody for the semi-final? You've got to get on and win the quarter-final first. And all those sort of scenarios, you know, of course, if it comes down to a 5th match here, you've got PV Sindhu and Saina Nehwal playing a second match because they're down to play the doubles. So some people might say, well, then they'd be tied for the semi-final if they were to win that. You can't be thinking about that. Get through the quarter-final first.
Yeah. This is the match. This is the most important match right now. And I'll tell you what, PV Sindhu, she's starting to play some wonderful badminton, isn't she? Some really good touches, some great angles. That's wide. She's on a roll. Oh, a long way long. She really struggled with the drift there, Manu Putty.
7-3.
Yeah, that's well worked. Smash straight down the backhand side of PV Sindhu, and then follows forward looking for the straight reply.
Service over.
Fabulous. We've seen a lot from her in these early stages, and we were talking about nerves, and I think she's lost them right now. She seems to have her eye in. That's really well left as well. But what a dream start this is for India.
Now we're guilty of jumping ahead of ourselves.
Well, yeah, well, we're allowed to do that. We have the comfort of the commentary position rather than being on court. But I'll tell you what, the coaching team would have taken a straight games win for Saina Nehwal and 10-4 leading in the first game in the second singles, wouldn't they, at the start?
No shadow of a doubt.
The noise you're hearing is because Lee Chong-wei has come from behind to defeat Janne Jorgensen in 3 games in the match between Malaysia and Denmark in the Thomas Cup that's going on. Matches on everywhere tonight. There's China against England in the other of the quarter-finals being played here. And China have taken the opening rubber. But here, India are making things at the moment look easy. Of course it isn't, but all credit to them. They've come out here, and after an early wobble from Saina Nehwal, it has been almost perfect, hasn't it? Look at the scoreline in match number 2. Pusala Venkata Sindhu is 11-4 up. Well, you think about how it's been here all week. It's almost been deathly silence at times with the crowd.
Thank you.
Not here tonight. It is rocking.
Please put everything in.
Well, Beatrix Manuputi here has got to deal with the crowd. She's got to deal with a player who's really playing some wonderful stuff.
11-4.
It's not going to be easy for her.
Play.
She looks rather pained, doesn't she?
Judgment. It's long.
5-12.
Problem for Manaputi from my point of view. Obviously, she's got an injury problem, but to me, she hasn't shown anything to hurt her opponent at the moment. She hasn't done anything that's, you know, trying to outmaneuver her or shown any particular winning shots.
Almost similar to... There you go.
Yeah, now that's what she needs to do more of, especially from this near side, because as I was saying in the opening match, from this near side of the court, you can't afford to clear and put in the punch clears because they're going to go long. You have to be more adventurous and more positive in your style of play. Yeah, that's good.
She's got a couple of points back here, Manuputi.
12.
Still 5 points she trails PV Sindhu in this opening game.
That's good variation, good use of the body smash.
So 4 points in a row for Manu Putih, and maybe some hope here for Indonesia.
Service judge Trishna, New Zealand.
Important rally. And it's Manu Putih who takes it again. 5 in a row now for her, and she's taking that tape off, or some of it at least, off her leg. Her teammate took off her bandaging off her wrist early on in the first match, Finetri. Now she takes some off her knee. Still plenty there though, mind you.
Oh, that's long.
10. Wow.
Oh, mate, that's 6 straight points.
Yep.
Service over.
Yeah, of course, the short left.
She needed that, didn't she?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, look how short it is. You can tell from where the players' feet are when they play the overhead shots, how deep the lift or the clear has been. And that was not even close to the double service line. It's gone wide as well.
Service over. 11-13.
Next match to court for first men's doubles, Korea, represented by Yu.
Well, it's not a crisis here for PV Sindhu, but certainly after what would seem a very smooth start, it's turning out to be a little more awkward for her right now.
Service judge Croatia.
A little short again, yeah, and in for the kill.
Service over. (14-11).
Well, she is PV Sindhu here, really enjoying every point she wins. She really gave a nice reaction to that, because there was a point in that rally where she looked to be struggling to get to some of Manu Putih's efforts, but long reach enabled her to do so.
That is absolutely wonderful. Played with disguise, and she didn't really have much of an angle to work with. The lift from PV Sindhu had been down the centre of the court, which means that it should be more difficult to create angles. Klaus Schliemann, I think, saying, you want to go and tell Dan, you have to ask me first, and he's quite right about that. covered his microphone. We couldn't really hear him, could we?
But you're right, that was the point he was making.
Service over.
I don't think that's worth a challenge. I thought that was good.
16-12.
She's not going to challenge it. Well, easing away again, isn't she now, Cindy? It was a really good effort from Manaputi, getting herself back in this opening game, but now it's 5 points the gap again.
I really don't understand with Manaputi why she felt a need to play that one so tight to the net. She got her opponent way out of position.
Service over.
All she really needed to do was get it over and in, but of
13,
course
17.
awfully easy for me sitting here saying that, you know, on court you've got to make those split-second decisions. It was the net play that did the damage, the tight spinning net shots. And she was hovering around the net as well, PV Sindhu.
And whereas Saina looked a little uncomfortable on those overheads, there is a real know-how from Sindhu when she's playing them.
18-13.
Calm down, Imelda.
Service over.
Yeah.
14.
Sacrificing
18.
power for placement there, Manaputi.
Nope.
She's asking to towel down again, and the umpire has told her to get on with things. She's obviously feeding the pace here, Manaputi.
Service over.
Very good friend of mine, Imelda.
19.
It's hurting her at the moment, isn't it?
It is.
Service over. 15-19.
Yeah, the net cord going the way of Manaputi there, and now the umpire has allowed them to towel down.
Yeah, he has made a tremendous difference. That notice there. Thank you, Gopi, sir.
19.
Bilala Gopichand's really transformed Indian badminton. Oh, that
Service over.
is perfect.
It's
20.
game points
Game
for
points,
India.
15.
Straight games win for Saina Nehwal. Now PV Sindhu on the verge of taking the opening game in the second of the women's singles.
Service over.
4 game points still remaining.
Yeah, I do think that's a clever tactic though from
16,
Manaputi
20.
against a tall athlete, a tall player. Often the body smash is very effective. They're good lunging out wide using their reach, but sometimes to the body that can be the winner.
It's wide from Manaputi. More Indian joy.
First game won by India.
PV Sindhu takes the opening game. Wasn't quite as dramatic as the way Saina Nehwal did it, but it was lead from the front, stay in front. Manaputi did get back to her a little bit in that opening game, but not enough. And there is Punela Gopi-Chand. He'll be absolutely delighted. PV Sindhu, 1 game up. India, 1 point up. This is one of the points in this opening game between PV Sindhu and Manaputi. You see on the graphic how they move from court to court. I mean, you can see how Manaputi's having to run around here.
Very, very much more so than her opponent. It was a great rally, wasn't it? Yeah. Manaputi was probably being moved more than her opponent, but it does give an indication how in singles you make your opponent twist and turn side to side.
That's the scoreline from the opening game. The lady in the blue dress that you just saw, there she is, PV Sindhu's mother, who was a volleyball player for the Indian national team. Never easy, is it, for the parents watching? Even when they're leading, you just want it over and done with. I don't think enjoying comes into it. Come on, Jill, tell us about your mum.
My lovely mother came to watch me once, and after I'd finished the match, she'd been so engrossed chatting to her friend, she had to ask me whether I'd won or not.
Well, PV Sindhu's mum there, I think a little more engrossed than your mum was.
On a serious note about that though, Richard, I never felt any parental pressure, which was a joy. I see now in some sports, in tennis, golf perhaps as well, football certainly in Europe, parental pressure for children to succeed I think is overbearing for some young athletes.
Yeah, especially because of the financial gains that can come with it. Obviously parents are quite keen for their children to reap the rewards.
see already in the early stages of this second game that PV Sindhu knows that she can't use her clears to the same extent as she did in the opening game, and therefore she's trying to play these angled shots. That's the right idea, but she's obviously not particularly comfortable with doing that the whole time, and therefore she's trying to make it a little special at the moment. She's got to be more patient in her build-up, outmaneuver her opponent first, then you go for the winner.
Oh, Manaputi wanted the shuttle changed. Sindhu said no. Umpire said no. Same shuttle being used.
Service over.
Snatched at that a little, didn't she, PV Sindhu?
Service over. Yeah. 3-5.
Well, different feel at the moment, isn't there, in this second game? Manaputi has been solid. Sindhu with a few errors. Can she take this to a third game? Give Indonesia something to feed off. Quieten the crowd down.
Oh, that's nice.
Service over. 4-6. Service over.
Couldn't have walked over there and placed it any better, I don't think.
7-4.
Well, I think you're completely right, Joe, in your analysis of what we're seeing here. Just lacking patience here at the moment, PV Sindhu, just trying to play these winning shots and not putting them off right now. Real opportunity now for Manaputi.
Another attacking shot from the Indonesian, straight at her opponent. You rarely see Palema Gopichand quite as animated as that, do you?
No, I mean, he's only a couple of points away potentially from an interval, but he wants the message out there now.
Service over.
Yeah, big key to that, and the fact that Sindhu addressed the shuttle at the net, came from above the shuttle with the racket head instead of from below.
9.
You watch this next one. Yeah, really, really looking for it, pressurising at the front.
Brilliant. She had to really hang in on that point, didn't she, PV Sindhu? And then managed to turn it around.
9.
Yeah, and that's where her height comes into such effect here. Not a full swing of the racket head with the round the head overhead shot, just clipping the shuttle down.
Nope. Other put it. 7-9. Service over.
Well, Manaputi
7.
is giving herself the opportunity to take it to another game. Of course, the previous 2 times they have met, it's been a 3-gamer, one a piece in terms of who's won. Excellent net shot from Manaputi. And maybe there's going to be something for Indonesian fans to cheer about soon. The heat's on PV Sindhu here. Manaputi fighting hard and leading at this interval. Trailing by a game, but she's 11-7 up in the second. It was pretty animated during the game. Now getting plenty across there.
Thank you. Coach.
President of the Badminton Association of India. Enjoying it so far, I would say. Well, the Indonesian fans and players and team have had a difficult hour already, haven't they? But Manaputi here may be giving them reason to be a little more optimistic with her fight back in this second game. 11-7 she leads, but she has to win it, otherwise it's going to be 2-0 India.
Well, 7.
You know, she took so long on that serve. I couldn't work out whether she was trying to decide what to do, whether she was time wasting, but somehow she just didn't look comfortable. I'm not surprised she made the error.
Well, how decisive will that error be? Well,
Service over.
Come back with a point.
13-8.
Just get the sense that Manaputi has really changed things around by controlling the front court area in this second game. Good net shots, good deceptive hold and flicks.
Rising in confidence, isn't she?
And once again, the player at the front of the court doing the damage. Smash straight down the backhand side, immediately looks for the straight return. Oh, goodness.
She did well, PV Sindhu, to get to it. It's
Service over.
Given out.
I think PV Sindhu should regard herself a little bit fortunate there, because her opponent was absolutely commanding the rally.
She's playing very well now, Manaputi, isn't she?
Very much so.
Well, I'm not sure if she's reciting a little prayer there, Madhu, but it hasn't been answered. Serve is short from PV Sindhu.
9.
And the cheek point goes Manaputi's way. It's out. Just wide.
17.
It's
9.
fine margins, isn't it? But at the moment, everything going the way of Manaputi. Just timing them now.
9.
At the end of it, read it really well.
19. 9.
Well, the momentum is certainly with Manaputi here. She knows she dodged a bit there. Look what they make of it all. Prize of Linda. Look at that record time it's come up. Here, gain points.
9.
It was fairly tight at the interval. 8 of the last 9 points have gone Manaputi's way.
Service over.
Well, maybe just a chance to give herself a bit of confidence before the vital, decisive
10,
next game that's
20.
coming. Still 10 game points available for Manaputi here.
Game. Second game won by Indonesia.
Well, for once,
21-10.
it's
One game
Indonesian flags waving. Beatrix Manaputi fighting hard to level it up here. this second women's singles match is right back in the balance. It was never going to be that straightforward, was it, for India? Surely not. And it hasn't been the case. One game all to play for in game number 3. Well, a really important match in terms of the over, as all the matches are. They're all very important. Obviously, each rubber is decisive. But with Ashwini Ponappa and Joala Gutta next to come out, having won 3 games out of 3 so far this week, as we look at one of the rallies from that last game. It could be a really important moment in the match overall that's coming up in this final game.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Notice, thank you.
It was a bit of a rally, wasn't it?
Well, what's fascinating to me is that Manaputi didn't push PV Sindhu to the back of the court at all in that rally.
Players, court, please.
Well, no, there's a point now.
Final game.
Here we go.
Labo.
So, one game all.
Play.
Is it going to be 1 point all at the end of this women's singles, or can India double their lead? But it's important she gets a good lead here, isn't it, PV Sindhu, given the end in which she's playing right now.
Yeah, not only that, it's interesting. It was going through my mind towards the end of that second game when you were talking about the influence on the rest of the team, whoever wins this match, if it's a 2-love lead for India or whether it's 1 all in the overall tie. To me, India have to look at this quarter-final and say to themselves, our biggest 2 chances are our first 2 singles players. Of course, the women's doubles, first women's doubles, is very good as well. But if they don't win the first 2 singles, psychologically, what does that do for the rest of the team?
No, it's true. It weighs heavily, that's what it does. It's 1 game all, 1 point all. Credit to Manaputi here for turning it around. Didn't crumble, did she?
Very important
by the Indonesian. Look at that. Wonderful. Manaputi here, who's playing superbly well. And as I say that, she puts one long, but she looks so much more superior than the player we saw in that first game.
Yeah. Do you remember that rally analysis we saw where Manaputi attacked everything? Wasn't just net shots, but angled shots. So she never moved PV Sindhu to the back of the court from that far side, which was surprising. But in that rally, again, she was looking to attack the whole time. The first time she tried to play to the back, she made an error.
Yeah, clever. Body, 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 wide.
Yeah. And not allowing PV Sindhu to use her power and her height overhead. Everything at the moment from the Indonesian is going down. And it's varied attack, as you say. It's clever. You can hardly watch.
Well, I'm not sure what the complaint is, but
3-2.
Could have been. I think she's a little bit upset that her opponent has been allowed to go off and get a moment to wipe herself down, blow her nose. Only 5 points into this third game. Should be really the need for a little mini break. Manaputi here, she's looking like a little tired, I have to say, but in terms of the way she's playing, she's not playing tired.
No, and there's signs to me that Sindhu is getting a little bit frustrated because she's not been allowed to play her normal game, which is those overheads, the attacking play. She's having to defend, and defensively she's snatching at 1 or 2 shots there again and again. Why not block? Why not just turn the shuttle? When you've been attacked, just calmly play the block across court, make your opponent come forward, then push them to the back.
5-2.
2 defensive shots there. One was tried to lift to the back, the other one was she sort of flapped at. Signs to me of panic from PV Sindhu.
She's got an opponent at the other end who's playing some superior badminton right now. Up on the net for a second there, but it went the way of India this time.
Get ready, please.
Well, PV Sindhu knew that her opponent wasn't ready, but she was sending a clear message to the umpire by serving before Manaputi was ready to say, come on, look, I'm keen to get on with the rallies.
Good. And this is a player I think who looks tired. She's playing really well here, Manaputi, but I think she kind of made the most of the tumble there, just to try and, unless she's got a problem. She's having a chat with the umpire while we're looking at this replay.
4-5. Please play.
Well, I think she's asked for the court to be mopped. I think the umpire has said no, in fairness to Manaputi, I take your point, she is obviously tired, but surely it's dangerous to have... She went down on her knees first of all.
Yeah.
And the perspiration from her knees has been left on the court surface, which is inside the court, singles court area. She then rolled over, and where she sort of lay on the ground, yes, I appreciate, is outside of the court. But you can't have players playing in dangerous conditions.
But if I was PV Sindhu here and watching it, I mean, and the coaches are as well, I'd get her into rallies.
Yeah. And especially from that far side, why aren't you playing her to the back? Your clears will stay in. If PV Sindhu starts hitting some punch clears and then some simple drop shots, pushing Manaputi to the back, bringing her forward, push her to the back again, she's able to do that from the far side, but she's not doing it.
Taking a long time again to serve it.
There we go, that's a nice block. Clever.
Service over. 5, 6.
Reiterate, Manaputi isn't looking tired when the rallies are going on. It's in between them where she looks on her knees.
Well, this is interesting.
The line judge didn't give it in or out, did he?
No, he showed that he was unsighted. Klaus Schlieben, the umpire, called it in. So then it's a case of either PV Sindhu has to challenge.
I think the umpire got it spot on.
Yeah, I do too.
Obviously Sindhu felt the same too.
Yeah, there we go.
Service over.
Really good. They're finding the lines. And I have to say,
7.
PV Sindhu here, at least physically, looks the stronger. And maybe that is going to have an influence as this match goes on. We shall see. That's wide.
7-all.
Yeah, now PV Sindhu beginning to get to the net first. That second game, I thought it was the Indonesian who was controlling the front court area. Makes such a difference when a player takes the shuttle early at the net. Look how she reaches forward for that.
Oh, what a fabulous match this is. And another one. 4 points in a row. Is this another momentum
9,
swing?
7.
And the advantage with PV Sindhu having shuttle in hand for the serves is she can keep it going without having to wait for opponent to maybe try and hold play up a little bit. Yeah, that's exactly the way she's got to play it, giving it a run around. She's seen that her opponent's tired, and now she's working her big time.
If I tried to do that, I'd be laid out on my back for weeks. How do they contort their backs like that?
Looks painful just watching, doesn't it?
Service over.
Yeah, I think that run of 5 points,
8,
I think you might be
10.
right, Richard. I think that could be a momentum swing. PV Sindhu, having been down, more than got herself back in this deciding game.
Yeah, she's delaying. Look how she's delaying things here, Manaputi. Fiddling with the shuttle now, rubbing the feet on the court. She's breathing very heavily. In it again. Got up for that all right, didn't she? Mind over body. Can she do it? Manaputi here.
Such good tactics from both players.
10.
It's like a game of chess. One pushed the other back, and brought her forward, then the other did the same. It's all about that front court area, isn't it? Whoever's taking it earlier in the net area is tending to win the rally.
Well, how about this then? One game all, 10 points all. Just when PV Sindhu looked to have built up a head of steam, 5 points in a row. Back comes Manaputi with 3 of her own.
Play.
Terrific return of serve from PV Sindhu. We're in for a cracking finish, aren't we, to this women's singles? It is right in the balance. The slight edge is with PV Sindhu, but it really is just the slightest of advantages the Indian has. Well, they paid their money, they're going to enjoy themselves, and why shouldn't they enjoy this? It's a real battle out there, isn't it? Beatrix Manaputi and PV Sindhu. They've been on court already 58 minutes. It's been a real
11
ding-dong battle that's saw PV Sindhu with the edge. Manaputi coming back at her. Manaputi getting ahead in this third game, and then Sindhu coming back at the Indonesian. Who can be on top at the end when it really matters? What a start since the interval from Sindhu here.
Yeah, what I like about it, previous rally, she smashed down her opponent's forehand side, that time the backhand. She's mixing up her attacking play very nicely now.
Sunday.
Service over. 11-13.
This is a good rally. Look how much court they're covering.
Oh, this is momentous, and it's gone the way of Indonesia. Manu Putih is on her knees, but she's got the point.
Sometimes a rally like that can be a game changer. Look, they're both exhausted after that rally.
Can't believe it.
12-13.
She wants to change the shuttle. Umpires saying, I'll decide. So he's going to have a look.
I did the decision.
And she is allowed to change the shuttle. So now Sindhu is complaining.
My decision was to change the shuttle.
I just think it's all taking all this time. When the court was being mocked, why didn't they change the shuttle then, if that
12-13.
was the question?
Why does a tennis player take a bathroom break when they're set down?
Yeah, well, listen, I know the reasons really behind it. Just throwing the questions out there.
Yeah.
Ladies,
Right, the umpire's going to have a word with both of them.
We have to be continuous. Quicker, okay? Quicker.
12-13.
Come here to stay in this rally, and she's put it wide. That was a huge point. Well, I have to say every point's a huge point right now, but she battled so hard there, the Indonesian, to stay in things, and then she saw the opening, didn't find it. Cord goes Manu Putih's way. It's out again though.
Well,
left.
As well.
Service over.
She wants to towel down here, Manu Putih, and the umpire is saying no. Let's get on with
13-15. Wait.
You can understand why they're feeling it out there. They've been on court now an hour and 5 minutes.
did when she came forward to the net on her backhand side there,
14,
Manaputi. The obvious
15.
shot, the easiest shot to play would have been the backhand across court, but she held it and played it straight down into Sindhu's deep forehand corner. Well, she made it hard, but she's got clear thinking.
Yeah. Which is a good sign from an Indonesian point of view. Just 1 point in it again in this deciding game.
He's gone wide.
15 all.
One game all, 15 all. Their place in the Uber Cup semi-finals is what they're playing for. And suddenly Manaputi is ahead again.
Sindhu has to avoid the flat fast exchanges and the
15.
fast shots to her body. She mustn't get embroiled in those sort of rallies, because that is where Manaputi is so good. From Manaputi's point of view, she wants to do that as much as possible.
And all the while feeling the physical effects, knowing that your team's hopes, your nation's aspirations are very much on your shoulders. Just to forget all that, try and keep playing to your ability. That's a lovely touch from Sindhu.
16 all.
And it's Sindhu's turn to get in front again. And we've got another shuttle moment here while we're watching this.
17-16.
Manaputi wanted to change the shuttle. Umpire said no, gave it to Sindhu. Sindhu's happy with it. What a shot. What a time to produce it as well.
Absolutely
17
delightful
all.
skill. And as you say, the courage to play it at this stage of the match.
Play.
Right, she wants every point she wants to change the shuttle.
I think in all honesty it does need to be changed, but
She cannot.
17
She
all.
doesn't look like she can walk very well, but yet when the rally starts, she moves around. Having to dig really deep here, Manaputi. It's an exhausting match.
that is a wonderful return of serve.
18-17.
You have to feel for a loser. They're going to be exhausted, absolutely exhausted at the end of this. I think they're exhausted now. Certainly Manaputi looks it. That was a tired looking shot. Suddenly PV Sindhu, 2-point lead, 2 points away from victory. The prayers start again from Madhu.
The thought process there. A number of times that Manaputi has hit straight down Sindhu's backhand side and looked for the straight reply. So on her defence, she was trying to play it cross court.
Nope.
She wants to towel down again. Does Manaputi. Umpire is staying firm here, isn't he? He is not having any of it. Was so close to falling either way.
19.
In the end, it went the way of Manaputi. Have a look at this. Hangs and hangs and then falls back to Sindhu's side. And it's 19-all. They didn't know. I've got to say, for a moment, I wasn't sure either. Whoever wins this point has match point. And it's Manaputi.
20, match point, 19.
You can see the red and white flag just suddenly out. Can she do it at the first time I'm asking? Beatrix Manaputi. With a match point against PV Sindhu, and it's time to tie the shoelaces. PV Sindhu unhappy. It didn't take long for her to do the laces, mind you. When she saw Sindhu was agitated by it, she was ready to carry on again. Safe match point. Oh, what nerves.
What a match.
She can't take it, could she? Madhu on the bench there. Look at this. And we're into extra points in this final game.
Absolutely brilliant.
What a shot. And match point up against for Manaputi. I mean, had to get it right. She got it right on the line.
Well, I think Sindhu is actually getting a challenge. Yep, we've got a challenge. I think it may be in vain, but I don't think either of them have used a challenge yet, have they? So you might as well. I have to say, instinctively, I thought it was good. Yes, it was inside the line.
Shuttle was in.
or should I say,
20.
inside edge of the line.
Yeah. In, but in by just enough, and it counts, and it's match point number 2 for Beatrix Manaputi in this topsy-turvy, thrilling second women's singles in the Uber Cup quarter-final. Sindhu hanging on here. Oh, it's another wonderful shot, this time from PV Sindhu.
And let me tell you, that was a very, very difficult shot to play. When you move to the round the head position, it's so easy to drag the shuttle wide of the court.
But early on in that rally as well, she was almost wobbling, literally. Who can drag themselves over this finishing line?
Oh, that's a good net shot.
It's a first match point for PV Sindhu.
21.
Sindhu's first chance then to take India potentially to a 2-0 lead. Saved. She went out all attack, didn't she, there, Manaputi?
This is just a phenomenal match. Yeah, the body attack, it's been so effective throughout.
Whose turn for a match point this time? Off the net.
Yeah, she tried to do one of those cross-court blocks a little earlier. It didn't work that time. It was perfect.
23, 22.
Yeah, absolutely perfect from Sindhu. Come on, she's saying, come on. And it's a second match point for PV Sindhu in this roller coaster ride of a women's singles match. What drama it's been. Shot from Sindhu. What a rally, what a rally. A match point.
It's number 4, second women's singles.
Oh, what a shot from Manaputi.
Both players down, but not yet out.
Goodness me. How did Manaputi. I mean, how did she get the energy, never mind anything else, to summon things up to racket that down the line?
Yeah, they're both just running on desire and adrenaline.
Well, we've had 3 match points for Manaputi, we've had 2 match points for PV Sindhu. Neither have yet been taken. Some look calm, some look completely on edge.
23 all.
There's two having contrasting emotions themselves.
Oh, it's going wide.
Again. Another opportunity awaits for PV Sindhu. You know what, you feel like at this moment it would be fair to call it a draw, but you can't have that, can you? It is match point India. Pressure has built and built.
Get ready.
The tension has risen as well. The noise levels have gone up even more notches inside the Serie 4 sports complex. An hour and 22 minutes of thrills and spills. What a match, what a performance, and what a moment for PV Sindhu. But please, please feel for Bellatrix Manaputi here. She looked on her knees around half an hour ago, but she dug so deep and pushed the Indian all the way here.
Won by India.
And how key are those points going to be in determining who makes the semi-final? What a match, Jill.
Doesn't it just exemplify what sport is about? The agony, the ecstasy, the double-edged sword. One player, the elation. One player, the agony of defeat. But as you say, Richard, you can't have a match like that unless both players play their part, and they were both instrumental in giving us one of the most thrilling matches that I've not only seen this week, but I've seen all year.
Yeah, no, real emotional, thrilling battle of badminton, and it's PV Sindhu who came out with it. 2-0 India. Well, what a match. Here's some of the highlights. I mean, it was a crazy game in so ways, wasn't it? And at the start of it all, you know, you thought PV Sindhu was maybe going to cruise. She was so solid, so much on tops against Manupati from this end in the opening game. I can tell you while watching this as well, China had picked their place in the semi-final with a 3-0 win over England. It's India 2-0, isn't it? And thanks to the determination, the guts of PV Sindhu in and 24 minutes on court. Booty really hit back well in that second game. And then we had this third game where everything seemed to happen. So this is the scoreline. Indonesia 0, India 2. And an incredible scoreline, particularly if you're a fan of the host nation. This is one of the great rallies of the match. There were so many long rallies that seem so crucial. Champion, and wow. Haven't you caught your breath after it? Look at this rally. This was one of the longest in the match, but there was a number of them, wasn't there?
Yes, absolutely. You know, my blood pressure was really going high out there watching Sindhu play. But yes, in between I did have mixed feelings where, you know, it felt that the game was going past Sindhu, because this match, particularly of Sindhu's, was so important for the Indian team, because they were definitely banking on these Saina's singles and Sindhu's singles. So this win has really pushed the Indian team much ahead.
Well, what a rally. As you can see, it's one of a number of points that were absolutely stunning. The players having to run from one end of the court round, using up all that energy. Well, I don't know if you've caught your breath, but look at the scoreline. Indonesia 0, India 2, and an hour and 24 minutes. That 25-23 final game win for PV Sindhu, following up from Saina Nehwal. Tripti Mugundi alongside me, former Indian national champion, and hearts were in mouths. It was two real contrasting games. Saina started slowly, as we see the women's doubles players now come out, and PV Sindhu, that match just had everything, didn't it? And what's that going to do now for the feelings for Jwala Gutta and Ashwini Ponnappa? In some ways it's been difficult, because they've been waiting and waiting to come out, both players, haven't they?
Yes, absolutely. The win which Sindhu created right now is going to completely give them more confidence, charge them up. They're coming with the smiling faces, that's what we can see there. And definitely this match is also very crucial from India point of view, and they are very well prepared.
In a way, an hour and 24 minutes on court, given everything PV Sindhu, she really doesn't want to come back out for a doubles, does she?
Well, they are fit. She has been playing earlier 2 events, but I'm sure she will put in whatever effort she can for India.
What about this pair that obviously they're facing today, Gracia Polly and Nita Maheswari? They're an experienced player, particularly Polly, aren't they? But Ponnappa and Gutta are seen as the real #1 doubles pair in India by quite a margin at the moment as well.
Yes, absolutely. They have done very well in the women's doubles. In India, they have brought the women's doubles to a very high level.